Hey friend, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd, who is now just realizing that her little pigtails are tragic. Y'all were just gonna let me show up like that, just with tragic hair? That's what we're doing? You should have told me. No. Actually, these braids, I mean, secrets of black hair here. I've had these braids probably for 3 weeks longer now than I should have. They should have already come out of my head. I've already got it scheduled to get my next braids, but I like to leave my hair down. So just pro tip, if you get your hair braided, you need to leave it down for a couple of weeks in between braidings. Just to give your hair a break, because it stretches your hair to be braided like this. This is what we call a protective style. So I have very fine hair. I have a beautiful afro, I really do. But my hair is very fine and soft, so it does better to be braided up. And when I have it out, both braids look terrible. And when I have it out, it kind of it takes a little bit more work, which is part of the reason I keep it braided. And I like color in my hair, and I'm never going to bleach my hair. I've watched too many Brad Mondo and Hair Buddha videos to ever consider bleaching my hair. Nope. And when I was younger, my parents did get my hair relaxed, which is basically the opposite of a perm. A perm is to curl your hair. A relaxer is to relax the curls out of your hair, which is equally as harsh as perming or bleaching. And then if you are someone who likes color and wants your hair straightened and you have naturally curly hair, those are not two sets of chemicals that need to go on your head at the same time. Like ever, you will lose your hair because they are very harsh. To pull the curl out of naturally curly hair takes some powerful chemical strength, and to put curl into naturally straight hair takes some chemicals, and to put colors in dark hair. If you are blonde, you're blessed. If you want to dye your hair, if you're blonde with fine hair, that's like the best hair to dye. But when it comes to especially the kind of colors I like these pastels, very bright colors, even if you bleach your hair perfectly and use the best dyes, it's gonna fade. And getting my hair braided with colored hair means, one, it doesn't fade, and two, I didn't screw up my hair. So these will come down probably this weekend. I'll probably take them down, and then the new hair, you'll see me in the fro in some pictures, and then the new hair will appear. I'm kind of torn between colors. I ordered 2 different colors this time because my hair in these braids comes down to like right here. My hair is very long as well, and if I was to straighten it, it'd be past my shoulders, but again, that's more work than she feels like doing on a daily basis. When it's out, it just stays in afro mode unless if I do dye my own hair. I don't know why I'm telling you all this. That is not why we're here today. But if I dye my own hair, it's usually with hair wax. Like, hair wax is great. It will show up in dark hair typically. You stick it on, let it dry, shake it out, and then boom, you've got colored hair. It's a hot mess, so don't do it in a place that, okay, sunlight, behave. I'm bright, I'm dark. I'm bright, I'm dark. It's fine. But yeah, so that's me, and all that to say, these braids are done. I need to get them out of my head and get the afro out for a couple weeks because my hair is getting rebraided in T-minus 3 weeks from now. So I have a week to get these out of my head to give my hair time to breathe and be happy before I get to new braids. That has nothing to do with today's video. Welcome to the behind the scenes of black hair. We're here for this. So, you've been in my channel long enough. She a fan of the Gen 1 Transformers. Gen 1! And I love the new stuff that's happening. Not all the new stuff. I like the first Michael Bay movie. The rest of them, they exist. I did like the Bumblebee movie that he produced but didn't direct. That one was pretty cool. I really like Transformers 1, mostly because there's no humans. If I want to watch it, like the last King Kong that came out, this Kong, scooting over, the one with now canon Pink Electric Godzilla. He's canon now. It was goofy. It was ridiculous. They slung a baby Kong around. That's the best part of the movie. Is it high theater? No, but there were barely any humans, and that made that movie great. So King Kong and Godzilla, I approve. I painted these, by the way. I think great. This is my first time trying to do build-up shading because I was trying to do that electric Godzilla. I can see where I could have done better on him, but overall I'm pretty happy because these I did at Paint Party. I did both of these in the same night in about 2.5 hours. So not bad. And I got pretty good texture on his fur and stuff. Look, even his teefies are good and white. Anyway, that has nothing to do with it. But yeah, so when it comes, to Transformers 1, it was great because there's no people in it. I don't watch stuff about giant robots to watch people. I want to watch the giant robots. They can come to Earth eventually, but can we make that 6 movies from now before they get to Earth? So I enjoyed it. But I have a special place in my heart for the original Transformers, the movie. That for me, that is peak childhood cinema. I'm sorry, y'all. The light is just there's clouds in the sky, so it'll be bright for a second. I just got done walking the dog, so it'll be like bright for a second, and then the cloud comes by, and then it darkens up. Look, now it's moving, so I cannot control it. Is she going to change it? No, sure not. But I really love the first animated Transformers movie. It's everything you want in a kids movie, and you can still enjoy it when you're older. So many memorable lines. The music hit way too hard to be a kids movie. It's all like rock and metal ballads in the original Star Trek. You got that touch, like that. It's just it makes me so happy. My husband has seen it like once in his lifetime, so we gonna have to rewatch it, and he's gonna have to listen to me quote every line while we go through it. But the good thing is when properties we love have a resurgence, like it's Hello Kitty's 40th year this year, it's Transformers' 40th year. There's a whole bunch of other properties out there that came out in the 80s that now they've hit their 40 year. And like all of this cool stuff is coming out to celebrate them. So it's just like, yeah. So if you're a collector like me, like you, now's the time. Get out to them thrift stores. Y'all, somewhere out there is a spouse that hates their spouse's hobbies and they've taken all their stuff to the thrift store. Now's your day. Today is your day. Now, I'm not that spouse. I'm not about to go into my husband's office and start collecting things. No. If you don't like that person's hobbies when you got with them, they ain't for you. All right, find somebody that you are on equal footing with. But this, so great. So from the movie, of course, there are more figures. And this one I wasn't even sure they made. Like I found Spike's exosuit, which eventually became Daniel's exosuit. But I found that in Mexico, of all places. Like another story. This is what she does. If you don't want pontification, don't come to this channel. But yeah, I drove everybody to a shopping mall one day on the last day of our Taekwondo trip this past summer. And me and my husband separated from everybody because I was like, oh, go kids, go have fun. You're fine. And I wanted to go to the toy store. And behind the counter, we're walking out. We looked at the Legos. There were some transfers. Nothing I was really interested. But for how many pesos? 489 pesos. He's right there. I'm looking at him. There was that exosuit. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. So I brought that home. That's from the movie. And then there were other characters I started getting. Like I've got a Quintesson over there. Who else from the movies? Oh, Ultra Magnus. Ultra Magnus is not my favorite, but he was Prime's first choice in Leader. We'll talk about that another day. So I've got him. I've got the Power of Prime's Elita 1. Of course, I've got like 6 Star Screams. Okay, maybe not 6, it's like 4. but yes, I really like the Studio Series 86 models that are for the movie. Like over here is a guy's little feet taped down. He brought a British pound with him. I have money from every country but the one I live in. Or is this Philippines? Is this Philippines or British? I can't tell. Pick it up. Oh no, this is Filipino peso. My bad. I've been a lot of places. I can't buy a Coke in my own country, but I can everywhere else. But yeah, so this is Studio Series 86 Bumblebee. This is like the quintessential Bumblebee. He's on my desk, Arnie. Back over here. But now, what other characters are there? Of course, I've got Hot Rod. Of course, I have Optimus and RC. RC's over there too, but she's kind of stuck in a little bit more on my desk. There was one character I didn't know if they were going to make him. Like I found Gnaw. The little, yeah, I found Gnaw. I found the Sharkicon baby. Like, sometimes luck be having. Now, this one I've never seen in stores. I've heard tell it's been in stores, but I never saw it. And I mentioned him in a video, and somebody said, you can order that. And I was like, I didn't even think they made it, so I never looked for him. I thought these boxes were supposed to rip easier than this. Pull. Okay, I'm pulling. I'm so happy. If this is what I think it is. Now, this is something else. I just did all this talking for nothing. It is what I think it is. Has he been opened? Better not have. Are we ready? It's another box. But no. Oh, he's tiny. I thought he was going to be big. It's fine. Warning, to avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from baby and children. It is not a toy. The bag it's in is not a toy. It's Wheelie. I love Wheelie. He's one of my favorite, like, incidental characters. Where did this come from? Oh, this is written in Mandarin. I can't read a word. So, oh, this came from way far away to get here. I've never seen him in stores, just like I've never seen that exosuit in stores. Now, he is T90. Now, to be fair, Wheelie in the movie is T90 as well. He's the tiniest little Autobot there is. He likes to annoy Grimlock. Now, someone's going to be mad at me. They're like, why don't you ever show the Dinobots? I don't have any of the Dinobots. The Dinobots were never really my thing. I've thought about collecting them, but they're not really. We collect what resonates with us. And the Dinobots were more my brother's thing than mine. I mean, not that I don't love. I mean, there are Autobots I don't collect. I'm not out there trying to get every single one of the Autobots. Not every version of Hot Rod that exists. Yes, I'm after that. Optimus Prime, 80% of the versions that him that exist. Every version of RC, every version of Elita 1. We all have our favorites. But this little guy, I might get a Grimlock now just because he's almost to scale of how small he is next to Grimlock in the movie. Look how tiny, he's so tiny, cute. He wants to kill you, but he can't. And see, it's for 8 plus. But yeah, he just has his little voice like this, and he's so cute. And he just pops up and starts following the Autobots around, and they're like, "Well, I guess he's with us now." Wheelie, are you Autobots? He's like, "If you want me to be an Autobot, I'll be an Autobot. Just get me off this godforsaken planet." I love Grimlock. He's the greatest. He's so cute, and he's kind of pinkish. He's just like, I don't know lore wise if he's supposed to represent like a child Transformer, because like the Transformers and the way they exist is kind of weird, because they are, autonomous robotic beings, but there is a very small biological component to them, not like our biology, but like, their veins are oil, like that kind of thing. And they have teeth, some of them. That's weird. That just might have been art style at the time instead of lore. But there is a scene in Transformers the movie. This is how many times I've seen that darn movie. There's a scene in Transformers the movie where they're reminiscing about the things that Unicron does. Unicron's a big planet-eating planet that transforms. We made Transformers the size of planets that eat planets. Okay, Quintessons. Explain that since you're responsible for all this. Heavy quotations. But there's a scene in there in which Unicron is eating a planet, and the planet's not unlike it's not Cybertron. It's a different planet than Cybertron, but there are these autonomous robot beings on this planet, and two little kids run by the frame that are playing just before Unicron attacks. Go back and watch it. It's there. So, do they start out as kids? Do they grow up? I mean, it's just like robots where they get their 1-year-old parts or 2-year-old, 3-year-old, 4-year-old. Like, is that what's happening here? It can't be. Or do they have a biological component that lets them grow? Now, in Transformers 1, I'm going to watch it again because now it's out on the digital streamings. I did not see anything that looked like a child version of a Transformer. But on that one planet that was Transformer-like, there were children. And is he supposed to be a kid? No, that's a serious question. Is he supposed to be a kid Autobot, a kid Transformer? And War for Cybertron, we don't see kids. I don't recall any child robots in any of them. So, and now there are tiny ones. Bumblebee, compared to the others, is really small. He's a tiny little dude. Optimus Prime, not Orion Pax, but when Optimus becomes Optimus, you're a big beefy man. Rodimus starts out here and gets here when he becomes Rodimus Prime, from Hot Rod. So there's scale, like Astro Train is huge because he transforms into a Decepticon carrier. Metroplex is huge because he is the Autobot city that transforms. Omega Supreme is a Titan. He transforms into basically a rocket and train base thing. It's great. It's a good time. Is this a kid? Is this... See, now the light's perfect. See, why can't my light be like this all the time? Is this supposed to be a child? He has a child voice, and he has child mannerisms and child habits, and he's annoying like a child. Is he a kid? Real question. What do you think? Drop down in the comments. Is Wheelie supposed to be a kid? Now, admittedly, I have not read the comics. I've read some, not a bunch, because I was stuck on the cartoon. I love comics. I got a nice collection. I've given away a lot of my comics. I read comics digitally now because if I'm going to make space for books, it's going to be a novel. Crunchyroll. They got Crayon Shin-chan in there right now, and I've lost a lot of my life reading Crayon Shin-chan. It's hilarious. But yeah, I think he's supposed to be a kid. That's something that's really unexplored in the Transformers universe, is what would it be like to grow up in a society of the robots? Like, how do you control a child that can shoot through a wall? Oh. I mean, some of y'all know. But no, I'm super happy to have him. Not a long video. He's super cute. I thought he was bigger than this, not gonna lie, from what I saw advertised. But do I look sad? I'm not sad. And I'm glad he's actually one of these, because now that means he can go on the wall. He will not be opened. This is one that stays in the box. I can see him. He can hang on the wall. And he was too hard to get a hold of for me to open him and just hope I get another one. So, Wheelie, you're going on the wall. It's all right? All right. Yeah. No, I said that wrong. All right. Yeah, that's it. So, as usual, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.